Today I'm going to show you a new product from Stampin' Up! Called Summer Smooches Decor Stencils. These are the two pieces that you get with the stencil. So I'm going to show you a different technique with each of them. We're going to start with this piece, and I've got a piece of cardstock here that is Whisper White, 5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And to attach this piece, I'm going to use some of our Dotto temporary adhesive and just put some of that in a few different places on the bigger flower parts on the back. Then I'm just going to set this right on here and just press it down. You can see the little dots from the Dotto as you attach it down. So once it's firmly in place, I'm going to take some of our Smooch Spritz. This particular color is Blushing Bride, and I'm just going to shake it up and then spray it right over the stencil. And you can continue to do this depending on how dark you want it. Oh, that's really dark right there. So it kind of makes a mess, but the end result is worth it. So I'll set that aside, and then what I do is just take a paper towel and gently set it right over the top and kind of soak up some of that excess that I just sprayed on there. Just tap it, or press on there just gently. And then I can set it aside to dry for a little bit, and then I'll show you how to peel off the top of that. So I'll just set that one aside for a little while and then work on the next piece. And I'm actually going to just fold this in half so that I don't get that spritz on my next project. So now I have another piece of Whisper White. This one is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm going to use this part of the stencil. Again, I'm going to use some of my Dotto. This is temporary adhesive, so I'm just using it to secure it on here, and then I can just rub off the excess when I'm finished with the product. So I'll just rub it on there again. You can see where the little dots show up. This is where I have some of it. Now these stencils you can use to make cards like I'm doing, but you can use them for your home decor. You can actually use acrylic paint and actually stencil right onto your walls. You can do it on fabric, like on a pillow or something. There's all sorts of different home decor projects that you can do with it. So today I'm just showing you cards because that's mostly what I do with them. This is Daffodil Delight Ink, and this is one of our stamping sponges. They come as a complete circle. I usually cut them into about 6 different wedges. So I'm just dabbing on the ink pad, and then I'm going to go like this. And to start, I just want to kind of get some ink in that area. And then I'll just kind of gently do some circles in here. What you have to watch for are these little pieces like this that want to pop up. Now you could certainly put some of that Dotto underneath there. I just tend to do the bigger areas. So I'm just kind of little circles, just kind of twisting it as I place it down. And then in these areas again, just kind of hold it with your finger. And just be a little gentle when there's the little pieces that might flap up. Okay, so you would continue this for the entire piece. Now this ink is dry right away, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you what that would look like as I peel it off. So you've got this image here that you've sponged on. Now I'm going to show you a completed card that I did. This is Daffodil Delight cardstock here with the Whisper White, the Daffodil Delight ink. This is new Daffodil Delight seam binding that's part of a sneak peek promotion that Stampin' Up! Has going on right now. This will be in our new catalog that comes out in June, but you can purchase it this month as part of the sneak peek. And then here I just took the 1-inch circle punch and the 1 1/4-inch circle punch to do this extra little tag and attached it right around that piece with some baker's twine. So this is the completed project for sponging with the stencil. Now let's go back and see if this one is probably not totally dry, but I just want to peel this off so you can see it. And you might notice too, especially on this one, when I peel off the stencil, there might be some of this residual Dotto left behind. I can just ball that up with my finger and push it out of the way. If you need to, you can always use one of our adhesive removers, but it's usually sufficient just to ball it up with your finger. So to show you completed, hopefully you can see the glimmer on this too from the Smooch Spritz. A completed project with that is with Blushing Bride cardstock, and then I actually chose Cajun Craze cardstock, which I've never used these two colors together before, but I really liked the combination. And then again, this is our layer that was done with the stencil and the Smooch Spritz. And then I just want to show you quickly this element. It's super easy to do. All I did was take my 1-inch circle punch with some Cajun Craze cardstock, and I always just hold it upside down so I can see right where I'm going. And then I took my 1/16 hole punch, just the tiny little punch in the center. And then I chose one of our antique brads. There's lots of different ones to choose from. Just pick the one I used on the sample. And then whenever I use any brad, I just push down with my thumb to flatten it out a little bit. But then all I did, I started with this and I just didn't like the way it looked on there. So then I just simply kind of wrinkled and pushed around as I went, just worked the cardstock a little bit. And sometimes just giving the cardstock a little texture like this really can change the appearance. So I just made that as the focal point, put some glue dots on the back and attached it there to the card. Now to clean these stencils, you can just take them and run them under water to get any excess ink off and just let it air dry. And you can reuse it with a different color. Now each of these stencils are available only until the end of the month. So April 30th is the deadline to order these. You can order the stencil through my website, or you can certainly contact me to do that as well. Here are the 2 finished projects using the Summer Smooches Decor Stencil. Thanks for watching my video. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jody Reinert Stamps.